Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're putting in the effort. You have big dreams, but your life just isn't changing. You start a new habit with a ton of excitement, a new workout routine, learning a skill, reading more books only to give up a few days later when you don't see immediate, massive results. If that sounds familiar, then you need to hear the story of Arjun. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, lived a bright and ambitious young boy named Arjun. He was full of dreams. He wanted to be successful, respected, and make a real difference in the world. But Arjun had one major hurdle. He was always searching for a shortcut. He believed that success should be quick and explosive. He'd dive into something with incredible passion, but his fire would burn out just as fast. When the big results he craved didn't show up overnight, he would simply stop, feeling frustrated and completely stuck. Arjun decided to seek the wisdom of the village's old monk, a man renowned for guiding lost souls. He found the monk sitting peacefully under a large banyan tree. "Master," Arjun began, his voice filled with desperation, "I feel like I'm working so hard, but my life isn't moving forward. Why do I feel so stuck? What am I doing wrong?" The wise old man listened patiently, a gentle smile on his face. He didn't offer a grand lecture or a complex philosophy. Instead, he stood up, went inside his small hut, and returned with two things: a small, empty clay pot and a handful of tiny seeds. He handed them to Arjun. "Take this pot and these seeds," the monk said calmly. "Your task is simple. Plant just one seed in this pot every single day. Water it daily without fail. Come back and see me in 1 month." Arjun was baffled. He had come seeking the secret to life-changing success, and he was being sent home with a gardening project. It seemed almost insulting, but he respected the monk, so he reluctantly agreed. The first couple of days were filled with a sense of novelty and excitement. Arjun carefully planted a single seed, watered the soil, and stared at the pot, eagerly anticipating a sign of life. By the third day, however, his old restlessness kicked in. He'd peek into the pot a dozen times a day. "Nothing is happening," he muttered to himself. The initial excitement was replaced by a familiar wave of impatience. Still, he remembered the monk's instructions and forced himself to continue. He planted a seed, he watered the pot, he waited. Days bled into weeks, and the pot remained a barren patch of brown soil. The voice of doubt in his head grew louder with each passing day. "What's the point of this?" he'd think. "This is a complete waste of my time. There's nothing growing here." Many times, he was on the verge of just throwing the pot away. But a small, nagging feeling, a promise he'd made to the old man, urged him to keep going. Just one more day. Then, on the 15th day, something magical happened. As Arjun poured water into the pot, his eyes caught a flash of green. He leaned in closer. Pushing its way through the dark soil was a tiny, delicate sprout. A jolt of pure happiness shot through him. "It's so small," he whispered, "but it's growing. It's really growing." That tiny green sprout changed everything. It became his motivation. The daily task of watering the pot was no longer a chore. It was an act of nurturing. He found himself looking forward to it. He started waking up early just to check on his little plant, making sure it got the perfect amount of morning sunlight and protecting it from harsh winds. He was no longer just going through the motions. He was invested. As he cared for the plant, Arjun didn't notice that he himself was also changing. The frantic need for instant results was slowly being replaced by a quiet patience. The act of watering the pot every day, regardless of what he saw on the surface, was building discipline. He was learning the art of consistency. By the end of the month, the single sprout had transformed into a strong, healthy little plant with several vibrant green leaves. Arjun felt an immense sense of pride, a feeling of accomplishment he hadn't experienced before. He carefully carried the pot back to the old monk. With a huge smile, he presented the plant. "Look, Master." It finally grew. The old man nodded, his eyes twinkling. It is beautiful, Arjun. But tell me, what about you? Did you grow too? Arjun was taken aback. Me? He asked, confused. Yes, you, the monk said gently. Before, you chased after big, dramatic changes in a single day. You wanted the entire forest to appear overnight. But this little plant taught you a profound truth. Real growth takes time. It's a slow, steady process. You didn't stop watering the soil, even when it looked like nothing was happening. You showed up every single day. That is consistency. And that, my dear boy, is the most powerful secret to success. Tears welled up in Arjun's eyes as the realization washed over him. It wasn't about the plant at all. It was about him. The pot was his life, the seeds were his efforts, and the water was his daily commitment. From that day forward, Arjun's entire approach to life was transformed. He stopped looking for shortcuts and magic bullets. Instead, he embraced the power of small, consistent steps. He started reading just 10 pages of a book every day. He began exercising for just 15 minutes each morning. He practiced his writing for 30 minutes without fail. He no longer obsessed over the results every single day. He just focused on the process, on showing up and putting in the work, day in and day out. Months turned into a year. The small daily actions began to compound. Arjun became more knowledgeable from his reading, stronger from his exercise, and a more skilled writer from his daily practice. The people in his village couldn't help but notice the profound change in him. The impatient boy who gave up on everything had blossomed into the most disciplined, respected, and successful young man in the village. One day, a younger boy from the village approached him, his eyes wide with admiration. "Arjun," he asked, "you're so successful. How do I do it? What's your secret?" Arjun smiled, a warm, knowing smile. He knelt down and said, "It's simple. Take small steps every single day. Be patient with yourself. And most importantly, be consistent. Remember, even the tallest, strongest tree in the forest began its journey as a tiny, humble seed." Friends, this story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Your life will not transform overnight. Big results, the kind that truly last, are the product of small, seemingly insignificant daily actions compounded over time. So many people fail not because they lack talent or ambition, but because they quit too soon. They stop watering the soil just before the seed is about to sprout. Consistency might seem boring. It's not glamorous. It doesn't make for a great headline, but it is, without a doubt, the most powerful force for transformation you have. So what is that one small seed you can plant today? And can you commit to watering it every single day? Trust the process. The growth is happening, even when you can't see it. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you on your journey. See you in the next video.